Yo. What's good, man? What's good? It's Oscar from the Three-Peat podcast. Finally back with the homie Edwin.
What's good?
Jonathan.
Yo.
And then we have our one of our boys. His name is Pedro Gomez. Say what's up to the people, bro.
How's everybody doing?
We're good. I mean, I'm good. I'm chilling.
We're good. We're chilling.
Shit, we vibing.
Chilling
So
with the homies, you know?
before we start the comeback episode, I just wanted to let y'all know that just another quick shout out to Robbie and 2048, which is located on 2048 West Chicago Avenue, for sure. Yeah, I mean they carry a bunch of Chicago artists. It's pretty much like just
strictly Chicago based,
just supporting Chicago artists and designers and all that. So another shout out because we do record here at 2048. So just a little shout out for Robbie. Man, clearing up why we've been gone for so damn long.
Been absent for a minute.
For like a month, bro. No cap. So to put it simple, I got COVID. And then the homie Jonathan got COVID a little bit.
Nah, the Ronskis.
Yeah. So
all that. We'll get more into detail with that later.
Yeah. Well,
just so everyone knows, me and Oscar already tested negative. Like we're straight.
Yeah,
like,
we're chilling.
Anymore,
we're
double negatives.
Damn near double negatives. But yeah, that was a little bit of why we've been gone. Obviously we're gonna get into it a little bit more later on in the episode. And then so we did a live right before all that shit happened, and you guys asked us a couple questions. We're gonna get into it, pretty much answering you guys' questions. So you want to say the first one?
I'll start it off. Yeah.
Let's see what the people had to ask.
So the first question was, what made y'all want to start this famous podcast?
Okay.
I'll go ahead and start.
Go ahead.
So I feel like what made me want to start this personally was, I feel like I'm that person that I don't want the rest of my life to be a 9-to-5, and I feel like there's definitely nothing wrong with that. But I just feel like myself that going to school and having a 9-to-5 job just wasn't for me. And you know, something that we all do every single day whenever we hang out, we just sit down, we talk about all types of shit, from sports, music, fashion, you know, everything. And I just feel like this just gives us a platform to speak about all the things that we love, and, you know, potentially it can either bring in some money or, you know, and maybe if it doesn't, but it's just something that I fuck with, and I just felt like it was fun, and that's why I'm doing this right here with you guys.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely giving not only us like a platform to like kind of build upon and all that, but also bringing like close homies, bringing people that even some people that we like kind of idolize, you know, like see as role models and shit, and bringing them on here, talking to them. We help them, they help us, kind of thing.
For sure, yeah.
And like you said, kind of just like, it's not so much of the monetary thing. Like, yeah, we could probably make money off of this. If we do, even better. But there's nothing wrong with the 9-to-5. Like Edwin said, that's something we've done, you know, like
doing that right now at the moment.
Yeah, you know? Exactly. Like we're still doing, like, this is just kind of something that we're trying to start up just because, you know, like he was saying, we just be talking shit. We do be talking shit. Like,
real shit.
Like when we're all together. So like, why not chop it up here when we could possibly make a way, you know?
Facts.
That's me.
And like you said, you know, we're gonna have a lot of the homies on here. So, you know, today we got Pedro. He's gonna chop it up with us. But in the future, he's gonna have his own episode where he's gonna talk a little bit more about himself and what he does. So stay tuned for that, definitely. But
stay tuned.
Jonathan, what do you think?
No, it's like how you guys already like said it. Like I'm just rephrasing like how we talk like shit in our own, like the group chat between the three of us, and like it just allows us to have a platform where we could just come here and chop it up with us, between us three, and then bring on the homies and just chop it up, you know? Maybe
other people can damn near relate to what we have to say. Maybe people have opinions on the stuff that we say, and we're always, you know, open to feedback, open to questions that people 100%. Are asking us. We actually like look forward to, you know, asking, answering questions that you guys have towards us and all that. Just
trying to get more connected with our audience.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. That's something that we want to do. Like, you know, like off the rip, we definitely want to have like some kind of connection with the people that talk to us and shit.
Yeah. So I got the next question. It says, "Who brought up doing a podcast?"
Shit, it was you for the most part. I feel like we already kind of had like a vision of doing it, kind of like an idea, like damn, like it would be dope, you know. But I feel like Edwin was the one to actually like, yo, like we should definitely start doing this shit. We should get it going because the sooner the better, you know.
For sure, yeah.
That it was definitely Edwin though that kind of really kicked it in gear.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's like I always said, like we always talked about this in the group chat, but like honestly, the person to like get shit going was probably was more than likely Edwin. I always thought about like how it'd be cool just the three of us because like we're like really tight with each other, you know. But the one person who got like the place for us to record and like all this like stuff that we have, it was more than likely Edwin.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, you know, like this is something that I've been wanting to do, and like, you know, I'm always kicking it with you guys. So like, what a better way to, you know, no corny shit, but be here with my brothers, and like, if there's some way that I can bring you guys up with whatever that I want to do and get you guys involved, I'm that type of person, you know. Like I'm gonna put the homies on, I'm gonna put everybody on. So, you know, let's do it.
Everybody eats.
That's facts, yo. You know.
I got the next question, so it's gonna be: have you made any mistakes on starting the podcast, and what have you learned from it?
100%, bro. I feel like this whole podcast has been a learning experience. You know, like every single day, we encounter a new problem that we didn't think we would have, and it's just a learning experience. But I feel like it gets us prepared for the next time that we're here. We went from taking literally 2 hours to set up set up the whole recording process, bro. We went in here blank. We didn't know how to set up microphones. We didn't know how to set up GarageBand. And now we're at the point where we come in here and we set up in 5 minutes. Took a lot of YouTube videos, took a lot of reaching out to people. But, you know, I would definitely say if you have the resources in front of you, don't be afraid to ask. I know a lot of people are scared to do that, but just go ahead and do it. You know, don't be scared to look like a goofy. It's you know, you're just helping yourself.
I feel like a lot of people will run into that problem where they just feel like, oh, like I'm gonna just figure this shit out on my own. Like I'm on my own shit. Like I don't know how to feel about that. I feel like that's kind of corny, to each their own. But I feel like like he said, if you have people that have already like started podcasts, people that have information on how to set all this audio shit up, go ahead and ask. Like it does not hurt to ask. It just helps you that much more, you know, on getting it going and all that.
No, yeah, for me, honestly, like sometimes I'm too scared. Like I feel like I'm speaking in front of a crowd, you know. So like when I was in college, I was having trouble during speech class. So just me being here on the mic, like not even like you guys see me with your own eyes, like while we're doing this. But I get nervous and I stutter a lot and I sometimes lose my train of thought. But it's just if you have the drive to do something, you know, just put your mind to it and you're gonna get shit done, you know.
Yeah.
Mistakes are gonna be part of the process, though. You know.
Exactly.
And that's how you get better. 100%.
Exactly. It's the only way you're gonna actually learn and just figure some shit out, and it's a beautiful thing, man. I feel like you gotta fuck up in life sometimes to really get where you want, and it's nice. It's nice to see all three of you together, just chopping it up, basically, right? It's dope.
Yeah. The hardest part was all this started as a message on the Facebook Messenger. When I brought it up to you guys, you know, that's all it was at that point. It was an idea that I had that I knew that you guys would care for as much as I did. And, you know, we're here now. We're sitting down. We're recording in front of microphones, in front of a camera. And we're here. We're doing it. And, you know, we're learning from as we go on, bro. We're not experts on this yet. We're definitely not nowhere near being an expert. We're just learning as we go on.
Yep. So we have another question. It's, where do y'all see yourselves in 5 years?
I think.
Can you really have an answer to that though?
It's really
think about it.
That's really tough to say.
Yeah,
you know,
it's super tough because like we don't know what the fuck is gonna happen tomorrow. You know, like
I mean, we were hit with a whole ass pandemic of months ago.
Yeah, exactly. We don't know what we're gonna be doing tomorrow. Like we didn't even know we were gonna take a fucking break for a whole ass month. You know, like that's I feel like an obstacle that we had that we didn't even foresee at all.
I'm not saying don't set goals for yourself.
No, for sure.
Because obviously that's a good way to accomplish some stuff. But to really ask somebody like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? That's kind of a broad question. You really can't get into specifics, in my opinion, just because maybe in 5 years, right now, I can tell you like I want this, but maybe next year my whole mindset changes and I want a whole different thing, you know. So I think that question is just very, very broad.
Yeah.
No offense to whoever asked that.
I definitely
right?
agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
But I mean, if there was an answer to that, at least from my point of view, I would kind of say that I would just want to be a person that is in a way well known in whatever community is that we're in, whether it's like in the podcast community or just like us speaking out about topics. But I just want to be well known, you know. I just want people to maybe see me out there and be like, you know, I know him. He looks familiar. I think I've seen him like on YouTube or etc. I just want to be someone like that. You know, that's not the most important thing to me 100%, but no, it's what comes with this, and I know it's what comes with this, and I think that would be dope.
Or at least be recognized like in the city, you know. Just obviously we all have hella love for the city and all that.
100%.
And there's people that you know, we look up to and we're like, oh shit, like this person like represents Chicago.
Like this person does this.
Exactly.
This
like like we know who that is, you know.
Right.
Like,
exactly. Yeah.
I follow him on social media, but sometimes like I'll chop it up with him here and there and all that. Like I just want to be known in the city and shit. Hopefully, other places too.
No, yeah, for me is honestly like what I've always told myself was that if I can like affect somebody like in a positive way, like throughout someone's life, like that's probably something that like I would always want for myself. Like no matter like if it's in 5 years, 10 years, like whatever, like if I can affect somebody like in a positive way, like help somebody like make their day or some shit, like I'll definitely feel happy with myself, you know.
100%.
All three of you said basically the same thing. That's really nice. It's nice to see that you guys were raised correctly.
Facts.
Hey, shout out our parents, shout out our
True.
All right, you know.
It's the Mexican in me. What you talking about?
And then for our last question, we have who's the most influential person for each of you?
That's a big question.
That's a big question.
A good one.
That's a very good question.
You want to start it off?
I can start it off. Yeah, I would say a very influential person to me would be a little corny to say, a little overused, but I would say Joe Freshgoods. I feel like he's a person that came from, those who don't know, he was bootlegging a lot of brands and now in the city, and now he's having actual collabs with them, like official collabs. And, you know, seeing him do that, you know, and being from the city and like all he had to go through, it's dope to see. So he's very influential. It kind of puts you in a perspective that's like, you can really do whatever you want. You just need to work hard for it.
Exactly.
It's a fact.
And then all the places that he got like fired from, you know, like you were saying, now he got like official ass collabs and shit. Right. It's crazy. It's crazy to see, but it's super influential to see.
What would you guys say?
I don't know, man. I think like influences come in many different ways, right? And certain people can influence you in different ways that some others can't. So that's a hard question. That's a very hard question, but I'm gonna have to come back to that one.
For sure. I feel like the most influential person for me is for sure my dad. Even though that's like damn near everybody's answer sometimes, like I definitely feel like my dad is the most influential person to me. And he might not like be home all the time or like have like the best interactions with him or like whatever, but it's still like the amount of drive that he has really like pushed me like to not necessarily like compare myself to him, but kind of like see that as something to look up to, you know, like so he came to this country and all that and like got his job and all that, but there's been like so many obstacles that I've seen that man go through, like losses of jobs, like back in 2008 when like the whole the economy was like fucked and
right.
and we were living in Indiana at the time, I think. And like he was like, fuck it, like we're moving to Chicago. And I was like, all right. I mean, obviously I was little as kid. I didn't know better, you know, like I didn't know anything. And all I was wondering was like, oh, like my friends.
Right.
But he's like never giving up. Like he'll work any fucking job that will put like food on the table, you know. And I feel like that's something that I always look up to, and I'm always like, you know, like I can't let down like my dad, you know. That's like my whole mindset when I think of influential people in my life.
Shit, for me, honestly, it's not even just one person. It's like all of you guys, like my friends, my brothers, my parents. Like seeing the drive that some of you guys have is just like what motivates me every day to get up to work and bust my ass off every day, because it just feels good knowing that you're doing good, but also that your friends are doing good. Because honestly, I've always had that mentality where it's like, if I eat, like my friends, my family, my parents eat, like that's not how I was raised, but that's always the mentality I've always had for myself. And honestly, it feels good knowing that like you guys are like doing good shit out there, you know, like not even how do you say it? Shit.
Not fucking around. I don't know.
Nah, yeah, like we're all just straight to business, and
For sure,
I just fuck with that, you know.
Yeah, I feel like, especially like working at Adidas and all that, I feel like that's where we kind of just built that character, you know,
And
like
worth ethic.
yeah, that's super fucking important. Like that worth ethic, even though we weren't getting like the best pay, the best anything, you know, there, it was just like we always had that work ethic. And I feel like working together even made us like better, you know, like all of us working together.
Yeah. How about you, Pedro?
At the end of the day, like, yeah, we follow certain people on social medias and we see the cool shit that they do, right? Like, I follow this guy, Nigel Sylvester. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys know who he is.
Yep.
I think he's raw as hell. This man gets paid to ride a bike. You know, that shit's dope as fuck.
Yeah.
And to get your own Jordan collab, that's cool as hell. But at the end of the day, I think the people who should really influence you are the people who you keep around you, right? Because I don't want to be associated with anybody that isn't really trying to better themselves or trying to do anything for themselves. Like, I can idolize someone on Instagram every day, every single day, right? But they don't personally know me, right? So I feel like it means a lot more if, like, Edwin, for example, you know, starting this podcast, I'm like, yo, that's dope as fuck. Like, or even thinking of, or having the idea of it, right? And then you guys are executing it, and then being able to be here, I'm like, yo, like that shit's influential as hell, because it's like, it makes me think like, damn, like what can I do, right? Like what can I come up with,
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
It's facts.
And I feel like one of the whole things about like starting something, whether it's with your friends, with your family, I feel like everyone in your group has to be as passionate as you are. If not, it's not gonna work. So I feel like when I'm with you guys, I don't feel like I need to pick up for one of your guys' slack, or I gotta be like, oh, like you need to be on top of this, or you need to be on top of this. I feel like we all put in the same amount of effort, and we all really want this, and I feel like that's why it works, and that's why it's something that, you know, we really care about. So I feel like that's dope.
Yeah.
That's very true. That is very true. Yeah, I mean, like I said, influence doesn't always have to be like your parents. I mean, that's like the most like common one, you know.
Pretty
like,
influential,
like,
you know. You're
like
around them your whole life.
Yeah, your whole life you've been around them and all that. But yeah, people just have different influences and shit. But we have a question that says, "What advice would you give someone trying to start a podcast?"
That's a good one.
Which is kind of like, because I feel like we're starting, you know.
Oh
like,
yeah.
But you already said that you've learned a lot while already starting this up.
So yeah, kind of back to what I was saying is just start it with the people that honestly you really fuck with, people that you trust, and people that you respect, and people that, you know, like sometimes you gotta be that person where I know you guys don't do it, but if I ever see you guys slacking, I know I can trust you guys, and I know you guys won't take it the wrong way if I say, yo, you gotta pick it up, you know, like you're not giving me good energy, or like, you know, you're not working hard on this, you know, like I know you guys won't take it the wrong way. I know you guys are really hard working. You guys would be like, all right, maybe I slipped up. All right, this is my time to come back and let's get it. So just, you know, doing whatever you want to do with the people that you love, and, you know, it being love, you know, because at the end of the day, that's the only way it's going to be successful.
And I just feel like this whole process is just a trial and error experience, you know, like you're gonna go through obstacles where you're gonna feel like you're gonna want to give up because you just don't feel like it's gonna work out. But going through the obstacles and you actually getting through them is gonna like give you that motivation. Like, man, like we're actually pretty good at this. Like, let's keep going. Like, even if we make money off this, you know, even if you don't, like, if you're having a good time with your friends, I feel like, or whoever you're doing it with, like, I just feel like that's what matters. You know, like you're enjoying yourself. Like, you're finding something that you're passionate about outside of your like 9 to 5, or if you're not working, like you're still finding something that you're putting your time in, that you know that's what's making you happy at the end of the day, you know?
Yeah.
And like to add on to that, bro, I remember our goal for our first video that we posted, we wanted to get at least 300 views. That was our goal. We did that in an hour. So stuff like that, you know, it's just like
Little accomplishments.
You know, like make small goals for yourself, and when you surpass them, that's how you know you're doing something good.
Yeah. Also, like, just like the way that you talk in a podcast, like all people out of podcasts, and they're kind of just like, they just feel kind of like scripted in a way, and I feel like the more natural, the better. You don't have to like force. You don't have to like, okay, like we're gonna talk about this for 5 minutes, then like 5 minutes later, like this,
Right.
like everything. Especially like with us, I feel like everything comes like natural.
Let that shit flow.
Yeah, just like let that shit flow. That's how I see it. That the more successful, you'll be more successful if you just like go with the flow, and talk about shit that you normally talk about. It doesn't necessarily have to be like something that you guys like had planned. Like you can literally fucking like days off into like 1,000 topics.
Right, you end up venturing off into a whole
like
different
you're
topic you
going
didn't plan
to
about.
exactly like you're gonna have something to talk about. But like I said, we're starting off ourselves.
Yep. So let's see what's up, my Rona boys. You know, my boy right here to the right and Oscar right in front of me. You guys went through it, so if you guys want to let me and Pedro know a little bit about how that went.
Well, I believe we got it at the same time.
Okay.
It's just so I
All right,
got
real quick. How do you guys think you got it? Just like throwing that out there. Like no, like were you guys like at a friend's house?
yeah.
Were
So
you guys,
we were
like,
we
grocery
had
shopping?
went to
They were at the
a-
apartment.
Hell no.
That bitch been closed, man. I'm sad, low key.
Teardrop.
No, we were at a friend's house and we were watching. I think it was the Dodgers play, and we're like, shit, like let's go over to the house, like watch the fucking game and shit.
Okay.
And somebody had tested positive. Like not yet. Like the person that we were with didn't know that they had it yet.
Okay.
But they had test. They already had gotten tested, but they. No.
No,
She didn't get.
the person didn't get tested, and they hadn't got like results or anything. Like pretty much, it was like brand new. Like didn't know anything.
Okay.
And so a couple days later, she ended up testing. She got tested.
She got tested the next day.
Yeah,
actually,
the
I
next
think.
day, and then she got her results like a couple days later, and she tested positive. It was about 7, 8 of us at that like get together. He's shaking his head.
Not
over
following the rules.
Nah,
Lori
that-
Lightfoot said 10 or less. 10 or less.
That's a fact.
So yeah, we were just chilling and shit, watching the game. We all got tested, all of us. But it was weird because so I didn't have much contact with the person that had it, but there was like other people that were like right next to the person, like shaking up with them. There was a person that drank out of that person's White Claw and didn't get it, which I don't fucking get.
Wow, man.
It was like, what? Like, how the fuck do you not get it? But I got it, and I was nowhere like near them. Like the only time that I made contact with that person was because I told the person to charge my phone, and I like handed it over to her, and then I got it back. So maybe between that time, but like I said, there was like so many other people that made so much more fucking contact with that person, and didn't get it. So
Like I was sitting right next to her. Well, like it was my girlfriend next to her, and then she was right next to us. So, but yeah.
yeah, it's just weird how not
I just
everybody
think-
got it.
I just think it's crazy how like it affects people's bodies different. Like
Yeah.
some people get it right away, some people don't. So
Yeah, so
it was really weird.
for me, I got symptoms, but they were like super mild. So I got a headache like the first 2 days, and I was like, shit, like I'm gonna go get tested because that person didn't have the results yet. So I went to go get tested positive, whatever. So yeah, the first 2 days I got a headache, and then I was in bed at like around 9. I fell asleep, and then I woke back up at 11, and I was wearing a hoodie, and I woke up like sweating, but I was like shaking, like cold as fuck. Maybe 5 minutes later, I changed my hoodie and shit, and I was like perfectly fine for the rest of the night. I didn't wake up like in the middle of the night with like sweats or anything, nothing like that. And then I think the other symptom that I had was that I lost my taste and my smell, which was super fucking weird. Like, I hope nobody goes through that shit, bro. Like, I much rather have had tough. Like, yeah. I also had like a sore throat for like only 1 day, so it wasn't anything crazy, but it was so weird when I lost my taste and smell. It was like slowly. So there's like these pills that I take every day, like just vitamins, you know, like vitamin C, all that shit. And like the jars are like super strong, like the smell. And I kept on like smelling it because I was like paranoid, like I'm gonna lose my shit, you know. And then I like slowly started losing it, and then when I completely lost it, bro, it was super weird. Like I was damn near eating air like the whole time. It was like for a week and a half, bro. I couldn't taste, I couldn't smell anything, and I was like irritated because I was craving so much shit to eat, but it's like, for what? I can't taste it, you know? That was my little fucking symptoms. What'd you feel?
Nah, probably like a week after, I felt like a little fever, but I didn't feel shit at all. Like after that one day, I think it was probably like literally like a week after that we made contact. I felt like a fever, but I was in bed all day because it was my day off. But after that, like I felt fine. Like I was like, I don't got it. Like nothing's wrong with me. But then I got retested that following Thursday, and then I got my results on Friday or Saturday, and then that's when I tested positive. But the whole time I tested positive, and the whole time I was quarantined, like I didn't feel anything at all. Like I felt fine. Like my mom, she worries the fuck out of the three, like me and my brother.
Understandable.
But she was all worried and shit, but I honestly didn't feel. I felt fine. Like every day I'd wake up, she would ask me like, "How are you feeling?" This and that. But I felt fine. Like nothing was wrong. Like, I feel like my body already had fought through the virus and shit. So.
And you didn't lose like taste and smell.
No,
right?
no. I was thankfully I didn't lose anything. But the only reason why I got retested was because my girl, she got tested and she came back positive, and I was with her, so I got retested, and she had lost everything. She lost her taste. She had a sore throat. She was congested. Like.
Fucking sucks.
It sucks that she went through it, but I was chilling, you know.
All the time. Yeah, that shit was super weird and scary. Like I feel like a lot of people can't imagine them losing their taste or smell. Like you don't comprehend it until it actually happens to you. Honestly weirdest shit that I've ever been through.
So how did you guys spend those? What was it, like 2 weeks being in quarantine?
Yeah. So I have the whole basement to myself. It's like remodeled and everything. Like I pretty much live down there. And I have like my own bathroom, my own like kitchen, all that shit. Like obviously I have my room, my living room, and I was just down there. Nobody else came down for 2 weeks, and I was just like ordering food for the most part. I try to keep it like healthy and shit. Nothing crazy. I ate something unhealthy for like 2 days, I think. But I was just on fucking PlayStation. That's literally all I did. PlayStation, watch Dodgers, and then fucking just chill on Discord with friends.
What about you, Johnson?
What'd you do during your quarantine?
Shit, same thing as you. I was just literally on PlayStation the whole time with you guys. It was kind of hard for us because I shared the bathroom with my parents. So every time I would go in and I would get out, my mom would like disinfect the whole bathroom for like 30 minutes.
No, for sure.
Wiping down the bathroom, the whole tub. Like every time I showered, even if I went into the bathroom just like to use the bathroom, like she would go in and just like go all crazy in the bathroom. Pedro's laughing because he knows how crazy our mom is. Like she's such a clean freak. Like it's crazy.
And it was worse because Jason had it too. So it was twice everything. So you thought it was right. Every morning she'd make sure that they were okay. She almost damn near cried because these two, like she thought they were gonna die type of shit. I'm like, come on, like let's relax. Like they're fine. They don't feel anything. They just got it.
And on the way, like my mom would feed us. Like she would like leave like plastic cups and like everything, like it was like just like throwable shit, you know, like on the floor just for us to like grab it and like open the door and just close the door right away. And she'll wear like a mask like the whole time and gloves, and my mom was like really worried, like worrisome about us and shit. So like it was just she was just being precautious, which is good, you know. But
I feel like also for her though, because like you know she could like fuck around and get it.
Yeah, definitely. Like like the last thing I wanted was for my parents to get it, you know, like because they're older than us and like their body's probably not as like strong to fight it off as like compared to like mine and Jason and Pedro's, you know. So
big facts. I low-key felt like I was gonna get it strong. Just that's fucking gay. Just because like I used to be like bigger, you know, so I was like, damn, like maybe my fucking body's gonna catch up to me and shit. But I was like, for like the last 2 months I've been like decent like on my shit. So I was like, oh, hopefully I don't get it, but I was like, maybe I do, you know, but I ended up just having mild symptoms.
Yeah, bro, that COVID shit ain't no joke.
Not at all.
But Jonathan, how did COVID like do anything to affect like your relationship with your girl or anything?
shit, like I didn't see her for like 2-3 weeks because like it was just like we didn't want to like I don't want to go over her house and like for me to like contaminate her house, and like her mom was testing her. Actually, her mom wasn't. No one was like, she was like home alone for like a week or two, so like I wasn't gonna affect anybody. But at the end of the day, my mom wasn't gonna let me leave the house either way. So my mom was just like being like hard on me. Like I'm telling you, I feel like I was locked up. Like I wasn't able to go anywhere. But yeah, I didn't see my girl for like 2-3 weeks, so it was kind of hard. But shit, once we saw each other, it was better, you know.
For reunion.
I'll put some money on your books. Nah, but so speaking about relationships, we should start talking about how do you guys feel about what it's like dating in the city, dating in Chicago, Southside girls, all that, you know.
Yeah, my mom just called.
Good night.
Nah, I think we're gonna need more than 30-ish minutes for this conversation.
It's a long convo, but I don't know. How do you guys feel about it? How about it?
Just like relationships or dating in the city, like, or just in general?
I would say in general, but like girls, I would say from where we live around us, you know, like
I feel like
of the city.
If you are dating in the city, chances are like, I don't know, like it's just hard for you to fucking like know somebody. It's hard for you to date somebody that not everybody knows.
Honestly, that's how it is with me. Like my girl went to school in California for 4 years, like for college. So like,
yeah,
she was away. So like, and she has 4 years on me. So it's really, like it's really hard to find somebody who knows both of us. Cause like it's just she was gone for so long. So like we weren't able to like to be at the same places and shit, you know. So. But
I feel like for the most part, if you're like trying to date in Chicago, like everybody knows everybody.
There's mutual,
some fucking how. Like,
yeah.
There's no getting away with bullshit.
You get to know that it's a small ass world, like really though.
Small ass city. It's a big fucking city, but everybody knows each other, so it's like you can't
one
do
way
shit.
or another.
Yeah, it's hard for you to find somebody that like. Never mind, man. Never mind.
Say it, bro.
With your chest out.
Nah, but yeah. what y'all have for dinner tonight?
But I'm gonna see what's your take on it, Pedro. I know you're a little older than us, so.
I think, like you guys said, dating in Chicago, it's a small town, not a small town. Like obviously it's a big ass city, but it's still a small world, right? Like I've been through many relationships in my years, and there's been incidents where somebody knows somebody, and then somebody's fighting somebody, and it's like they basically turn on you and be like, "Nah, it's your fucking fault." Like it's just. It can be a little messy sometimes.
Oh,
right?
100%.
I feel like it's too much drama in this city to just have like a normal, calm like relationship. For the most part, like I know there's exceptions, but I feel like there's always like some shit that comes up, either like about the past, about like, you feel me? 100%. Like there's always some shit that comes up, and it's like, oh my fucking god, like I can't just be happy with this person like without shit going left or like some shit coming up. I don't know.
I just feel like at the end of the day, like if you keep your shit off social media, like you just keep the shit between you guys too. Like that's all that matters.
That's the best way to be.
That's definitely an influence though,
definitely.
like of why so many people know each other. Obviously, social media and shit.
Yeah.
But like you said, like if you keep it private,
It's not that you're trying to hide the person you're
No.
dating, but it's just you're trying to just be between you guys to like not worry about what anyone thinks about you guys and just stay between the two of you, you know?
exactly. What's like y'all ever go through some crazy times or? Because I know I've had my fair share of like shit.
Say it,
Shit,
bro.
let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
I'm down to hear it. Let's go with that.
Nah, so in high school I was talking to this girl the whole time, like, so it was weird. It was like I think like sophomore year, like junior year or some shit, and like I thought I was talking to her, but I wasn't talking to her because she was talking to somebody else.
Sheesh.
But bro, I was on some other shit. Like I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And Shorty was like seeing this other dude, but I thought I was talking to her. And whatever, like she ended up she didn't tell me about it, but like I found out because it was high school. Everybody knows everything. You feel me? And then whatever, I stopped talking to Shorty, and then she was like, oh, like I'm not talking to dude anymore. And I was on some dumb shit. I was like, all right, cool, like we could talk again. Like that was like the mistake that I fucking made. And whatever, like I was talking to her for a minute, and then she just like stopped talking to me, and like I find out that Shorty's talking to dude again, and I'm like, oh my fucking god.
like
Blue as
on and off
blue
and
as
shit?
yeah, like blue as fuck. And I was on some dumb shit. Like, bro, that same scenario happened like 2 more times. And like I kept on like, oh, like yeah, like whatever, like he's not gonna come back like into Shorty's life and shit. But bro, like I was on some dumb shit. I was on some simp shit. Like
What about you, Adam?
straight
What about
head ass shit.
Shit.
I fell in love in L.A.
I don't know, man.
Yo, the girls in LA, damn, bro, like
Big facts.
wow,
Big facts.
wow.
But Oscar, back to your story. Would you consider that a toxic relationship? Or
Bro, it was never a relationship.
to begin
Like
with?
it was just toxic, G. Like it was never a relationship. Like we never went the fuck out. Like it was just a waste of fucking time is what it was. And ever since then, I'm just kind of like, oh, like I really don't need nobody. I haven't been in a relationship since like fucking freshman year of high school.
Shit.
Like a relationship, and even then, it's like I don't really consider that relationship because it was just like freshman year. Like everybody's trying to get a girlfriend and shit.
Yeah.
So you're kind of just like feeling left out. But yeah, I mean, I've talked to different people and shit, but I don't know, bro. Like ever since that happened, I'm just kind of like, oh, like I'm on my own shit, you know. And I've been on my own shit for the longest, and I'm like, I feel like I'm too used to it, you know.
No, yeah. Honestly, the craziest thing that ever happened to me was I was working at Portillo's at the time. I was probably like a sophomore in high school, I mean. And I was talking to one of my coworkers, and she had a crazy ass ex-boyfriend. Like he was on some other shit. So one time she was gonna take me to work one day. She was gonna take me home from work one day. And she got out before me, so I'm working and I'm walking out, and I didn't look at my phone or anything. So I walk out, and she's at her car, and her ex-boyfriend's there talking to her. So I'm like, shit. So I acted stupid, and I just kept walking, whatever. Like I was like, whatever. So I was like, damn, how am I gonna get home? So it was already like 11:30. Like I got out really late. So then I'm like, fuck, I'm just gonna walk home. And so I was like, whatever. Like, so I walked home from 95th and Pulaski all the way to like 79th. Like, you guys know where I live.
Yeah,
so
right, yeah.
it's kind of a walk. Like it's that's at least 2 miles, So I walked all the way from over there, and she found me like kind of halfway. So she's like, get in. And I was like, all right, whatever. And then out of nowhere, like, dude pulls up, like, right behind her. And, like, he comes out the car. So I'm like, hell no. I hop out her car, and I start running. I'm like, fuck this. Like, this dude's crazy, bro. Like, this dude's like, I don't know if this dude has a gun or a fucking knife or some shit. So I start running, and I start jumping through people's, like, fences and shit. So, like, I finally get around my house, and, like, I go on the block next to me. I'm like, fuck this, I'm gonna jump the fence from like my neighbor from like the backyard just in case like she pulls up to my house, and like so yeah, I jumped the fence, and my mom was still up. She was waiting for me to get home. She's like, where were you? And I was like, oh, like I got caught at work, like I got caught doing shit, But Yeah, I was scared as fuck for my life. I was only like fucking a sophomore in high school, and I was just scared. This dude was like
That's
probably
tough.
like 18, 19 years old. I'm like, hell no.
Got a fucking strap ready for you. That's wild as fuck.
Wow, man.
What about you, Edwin? What's the word?
I'd say a funny story that happened to me in high school. I was a sophomore, and you know, obviously, like, you know, when you're in high school, you're still young and shit. So you talk to more than one girl, you know, real shit. You just fucking around, you know, learning who you are and shit, you know.
Booming.
So, yeah, say the least. Booming.
Edward.
Came out, but nah. So you know, I was talking to a couple girls my sophomore year of high school, and then tell me why. These two particular girls that I was talking to, one day they both messaged me the exact same shit. And I was like, yo, that's kind of weird, yo. I was like, all right, hold on. So let me try to like decipher what the fuck is going on, you know? So I send them back something, and they keep on sending me the same shit. So I'm just kind of like, all right, I'm fucked. So
might as well fucking play with it.
So, you know, me being young, me being stupid, I did what anyone would do at that age. I blocked both of them, and I went about my day. And that was it with that.
Relax.
You know? And I pieced out, and it was weird as fuck seeing them in the hallway because they would just like me bug me and shit. But,
Wait, so like were they friends with each other?
so
or
I'm assuming they were friends,
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, somehow they both knew that I was talking to both of them, and you know, it was fucked up, but whatever, you know, live and learn, and that's the old me. What about you, Pedro?
Oh man.
Oh man.
Where can
long list.
Where can I begin? Nah, I think obviously this was back in the day, a lot younger, a lot stupider.
Yeah.
You know?
All our stories back in the day.
Yeah. I mean, you got caught. I got caught. You know, I got caught being unfaithful, and this was when I was in college out in Indiana. So we had our own place and whatnot. So I got caught with one of the girls who went to that school because my girlfriend at the time came over, and I didn't know she was gonna come over.
Okay.
So she drove from Chicago to the apartment. As this girl's driving, pulls up or whatever, right? So then the girl who I did the deed with, she's still chilling. It's like a group of us upstairs.
Right.
And my girlfriend at the time walks up, and she apparently knew her somehow. I was like, oh shit.
course.
She's
That's
like,
tough.
she's
Of
like,
course.
why are
Like
you
said,
here?
Small city.
She's like, why are you here? And then she was like, oh, because, you know, Pedro. I was like, oh, shit, here we go. So my girl at the time ran after this girl. We were on the second floor. She ran after this girl. The girl that was being chased. She didn't trip. She like hopped and like flew down the flight of stairs. And the girlfriend at the time, same thing. I don't know what happened after, but I just stayed upstairs and everybody went downstairs. I was like, man, fuck this shit. So then eventually I go downstairs. I'm like the girlfriend, like, where's she at? Boy, she almost hit me with her car. Driving.
That's tough.
Mad as hell. Mad as hell.
Hell no.
So I mean, you know, those sound like pretty like toxic situations. What would you guys say is a toxic relationship? Like, what does that mean to you guys?
I think,
Ooh, go for it.
I don't know. Obviously, you don't want to be with someone who's not going to better you.
Exactly.
I think that's very important, right? You don't want someone who's just not good for you, honestly. I don't, like, if you don't see anything happening of it, it's just toxic right away, right? There are toxic traits that people do have, and it can be a little weird sometimes, but toxic relationships is just, it's not fun. It's not fun to be a part of one, right? Because at that point, you just feel like you're just being forced to be with somebody when you really don't give a shit about them. And I don't think that's cool, right? Like, I think you just come to the point where it's like, you just disconnect and you're just, I guess, comfortable around each other, or just maybe the fact that you're both lonely and just love the company. Like, that's toxic to you, right? Like, maybe you don't need that. Like, you don't need that person in your life.
Right.
And
No. Yeah.
so, yeah.
I also feel like searching and like taking your time to like search for a person and just be like constant on that, like, oh, like, what about this person? What about this person? Like, it's stupid. Like, just let the shit come to you, you know? Like, you don't need somebody to be with like the whole fucking time. Like, I'm not saying like it's not good. But like you don't need it. You feel me? Like if you can find it, great, fucking amazing for you. But if you're not, and you're just like out there searching and just like, oh, like I'm never gonna find somebody, it's like, okay, like first you need to figure yourself out before you can like be with somebody else and take on that whole as like responsibility. At least that's how I see it. Like,
No, definitely.
I don't be
Definitely.
like out there looking and shit no more. Like I used to maybe like while in high school, like because I feel like in high school you kind of just like I don't know, like you have too much fucking time on your hands that you can just like use for like any girl, you know. You're like, okay, like y'all were saying and shit, like there's multiple and shit, like yeah, like you're wasting your time, you're just having fun, you feel me?
Right.
But I feel like a point in your life comes where you're just like, oh, like that shit don't even like attract me no more. Like having multiple girls, like that shit don't attract me no more.
Like you going back off what you said, what's like one of the most popular sayings I've ever heard was, you gotta love yourself before you can love anyone else.
No,
right?
for sure.
And
Facts.
honestly, I think that's true. Like not recently, but it's been like a thing for like the last 2 years where I just felt like I had to have my life complete already, right? To the point where I was like, man, like this is where I need to be.
Mm-hmm.
And for a while, I was just thinking like, yo, like I would wake up just mad as hell, like I'm not where I want to be, and as of lately, honestly, like within the last few months, I felt like I can't be putting that stress on myself, right? Like I can't compare my life to others and seeing what they have and seeing what I don't have, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, I feel like at the end of the day, whatever's going to be meant to be is going to meant to be, right?
It's gonna be.
And I'm a true believer of that, right? I feel
100%.
like I feel like everything just falls in place at the right time sometimes.
Can't
and
force anything.
Exactly. And then going back on relationships, right? Like maybe we all go through these relationships, toxic, good, whatever they are, right? But at the end of the day, they all teach us something. And maybe it's just, it teaches us like what exactly we can handle and what we can't handle, right?
Yep.
What's good for us, what's bad for us. And then maybe down the line, maybe it's somebody who you've already met and you've developed a relationship with them, maybe romantically, friendly, whatever. But maybe things just work a lot differently, right? Like I feel like
It's part of like so what you're saying is like it's probably like the how do you say it? Like the perfect person but the wrong time.
yeah,
you're saying,
I
like,
think that's what
Like,
it is.
you
right?
guys don't know that you guys are meant to
Right
be for each
person,
other,
wrong
but
time.
Yeah, like maybe you guys are supposed to be friends first and then be romantically involved, or maybe you're supposed to be romantically involved and then decide that, you know, we're just better as friends.
I don't know.
right?
I just feel like a lot of relationships work better was where like you get to know the person first, like you become friends with that person before you date them, because that's when you find out like what they're really into, like what they like how they are as a person. Like that's how you get to like really know somebody before you actually date them. I feel like that's how like the best relationships work out.
Yeah,
like,
definitely. I 100% agree on that. And when it happens, and it's just nice. Like you'll just know. You'll eventually
you'll
just
just know,
know
right?
and be
Yeah.
like, damn, like maybe it's 40 years from now, but like damn, like I'm glad I was able to finally get to that moment where I know I'm finally happy, right? Like truly just happy.
Yeah, I also feel like something that influences me sometimes is like seeing like friends' relationships go like left, and you're just kind of just like, oh, like why the fuck would I want to have that, you know? Like, like why the fuck would I want that to happen to me?
Right.
I feel like that has played a role in at least my life. I'll be like, oh, like I just saw like this girl cheat on my friend with like this other dude. So it's like I see that and I'm just like, oh, like fuck that. Like I'm good by myself, you know. But I mean, I do feel like that shouldn't stop you from like talking to the person that could be like, you know, like your partner down the line and shit. I just feel like just drama and shit is just so draining that I just don't even want to be a part of it. You feel me? Sometimes, but like I said, I mean, if shit's gonna come, it's gonna come. If not, like don't fucking worry. Like
I don't know. I just feel like some people like they like that shit though. Like some people like the toxicness of like being with somebody.
Oh,
and-
100%.
That shit's corny though, bro.
Sometimes that's why they
I
keep
know what
going
you're
back,
saying.
you know?
Yeah, like that shit is just weird, bro.
I just feel like it's just like what people want. Like everyone's different. Like what I want is completely different from each of you.
Yeah, it's like you see on social media,
yeah.
everyone wants a quote unquote crazy girl, and it's just like until you get a crazy girl, you see
like,
you don't want that.
You're like,
you know,
damn, what the
type
fuck
shit.
did I get myself into?
Right, 100%.
Damn near.
I feel like definitely like in our age right now, I feel like one of the things that is, like can make a relationship toxic is that a lot of times people can be really controlling, and like we're at the age where we want to be out with our friends, we have close friends that are girls, or like we want to go out to the clubs and etc. And it's just like there's a lot of controlling people, and that's why it doesn't work, and that's how a way that it starts to be toxic, because then they might hit you with the, oh, I don't want you hanging around this person, or oh, I don't want to see you like here and here, and it just
or like, oh, like if you're gonna go there, I'm gonna go here, like,
right, yeah, and it becomes like a competition to see who's
exactly,
doing the most
and
fun,
that shit just
and
like
I feel
weird.
like that's
That
a wrong way to go about it.
Bro, oh, that's
That shit just weird.
It
oh.
brought back memories.
My boy's having flashbacks and shit.
No, but it's just like you hear like different perspective, and it's like, damn, like who the fuck wants that shit? Like that shit
100%,
is
yeah.
like there's people who love that shit, Like, bro, like look what I'm about to send my girl type of shit.
All right.
And it's just goofy at the end of the day, bro. It's just goofy as fuck. It's like, bro, what?
It's just weird.
Weird.
Weird as fuck. I feel like, at least for me, I feel like I want to have, like at least myself figured out on like what the fuck I want to do. I feel like I have to be like financially stable and shit in order to, like, yeah, there's like you could like be building and shit while with like another person, you could be building like that relationship and shit, or like helping each other out during those times that you're like figuring yourself out. But I just personally don't want to put like that pressure on somebody else. If I haven't figured myself out yet, then like I know I'm not ready for like to be worried about somebody else, or for somebody else to be worried about me.
But I feel like when you put that person in that situation, you can find out whether that person is a writer or not. Because if she's sticking through you through like, you coming up, you're not having shit at the moment, then that's...
And yeah, there's definitely nothing wrong with that either. There's nothing wrong with it. Like if that were to happen, like, and you're like really feeling it, like oh, like this is like the person and shit, and they're gonna like be with me through my ups and downs and shit, 100% go for it, But I just don't feel like I need to like be looking for that person. I just like, if it's gonna come, it's gonna come. If it's not, it's not. I'm not worried.
Right, yeah.
And I feel like some people sometimes like now they like to throw shit in your face, like, oh, I was there for you and I did all this shit for you, but like look at you now, like you're not shit without me. And like I feel like where you're coming from is like where you don't want people to be like, oh, I have this upper hand on you because like I did all this shit for you, and like what have you done for me? And I get that, but I feel like not everyone has that intention, Like
No, definitely.
I'm
not
thankfully
everybody
like my girlfriend's not like that at all. Like she supports whatever I want to do.
Exactly.
I'm the same way towards her, and I just feel like that's what makes it work. Like you guys are there to support each other, and at the end of the day, like you guys care about each other, and you guys are pushing each other to like do better things in life. And at the end of the day, it's honestly what matters.
No, I definitely feel like especially like your relationship is an example of that. Like, you guys are both together and you guys are both growing. You feel me? Like you guys are growing at the same time and shit. Like you with your job, her with like her job and stuff and all that. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. Like you're the example of that. It could happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And there's just, I don't know, I feel like with me, I've been like single for my whole fucking life, let's put it at that. I just feel like at this point, I feel like my time is valuable as fuck, and I've like learned that that my time is valuable as fuck, and I'm not gonna just waste it anymore like on like a random ass person, or like somebody that just like I think is like the one, like I'm chilling.
On that note, we taking applications from our boy.
Oskies.
I heard, man, sliding his DMs. Y'all think my man's out here?
His name's at Oscar on IG.
All that.
But yeah, man, toxic.
What do you guys feel about Do you guys think like a girl's like following on her social media matters? Like if she has like a lot of followers, or like compared to if she has like 300 followers?
That's one of the biggest problems in today's age and world. Like everybody gives too many fucks to that shit, right? Like who cares?
Okay.
Like,
but are you gonna try with a girl that has like 50K followers? Like, are you really gonna?
Are you gonna shoot your shot?
Are you gonna shoot your shot?
like Steph Curry from the three.
Shit.
When he was injured, fuck you talk about? Oh shit! Nah, I don't know. That's true. You could shit. It might fucking work. It might happen. You know.
I just feel like some people like care too much of what others think, and like people who have a lot of followers, like it's like they have a fan base where like they have to put certain shit out for people to fuck with them, and honestly, that's not the type of person. Like before, I used to be like everyone knew my business and shit, but I learned from my mistakes, and I learned like that's not the shit that I want for myself. So now I'm really like to myself, and like I don't really post shit like of my relationship, because at the end of the day, it's not anyone's business but mine and my girls, you know.
Like you're good, pretty much. Like you're good. Like that's all everybody needs to know. Like you're good.
Just everybody needs to know that me and my girl sit together, and that's it. Like no one needs to know what the fuck we're doing, what we're up to, shit like that.
Low key, you ever notice when people be like on and off with their girl on Instagram, and then it's like they take all their pictures down with them, and then like 2 days later they upload some shit, but then like
they don't archive them. They archive them. They don't delete them. They archive them.
And then motherfuckers be blocking each other and shit.
Hey, at the end of the day, these motherfuckers are speaking from experience, so come on now.
Nah, never, yo.
They don't block them. They archive them bitches. They don't delete them. My bad. Archive them bitches. Well, the episode on relationships is over.
It got real. It got real in this episode.
Nah, it did get real. Shit, man. We appreciate you guys for watching again. Us at the Three-Peat podcast. And then look forward to an episode with Pedro. It's just strictly Joe. And he's gonna be talking about what he's doing, what he's been into, his past and all that. So look forward to seeing that episode. Yep, coming soon.
And then just shout out to everybody who have been fucking with us. Like I know our first episode did like 600 views.
Almost at 7. So.
Yeah, so we really appreciate all y'all like who fuck with us and like are watching our shit. But yeah, we have more content coming soon, and we just hope you guys have your guys' support through our journey doing this, man.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys, and I hope you guys appreciate us, because like, you know, some of the shit that we're saying is like our personal business, and it's just like we're sharing it with you guys, hoping that it potentially can make you guys laugh or make your guys' days better. But yeah, that's gonna be it for us. Make sure you guys like and comment on the video. Follow us on the gram. You can follow our page at the Three-Peat podcast. And once again, shout out to Robbie for holding it down, letting us use the spot. Come check him out, man. Let him know that we sent you guys. He'll hook you guys up with a little something. And yeah, all that. Peace out.
Have a good one.